Okay, so we just finished the...
I think it was the truncated icosahedron.
The truncated icosahedron, and it turned out to be gigantic.
Yeah.
Right? Which is kind of fun. All right, so before we try to do the comparison, what did you notice building this?
Well, it was a lot bigger than we expected.
Yeah, it was a lot bigger than we expected.
There were some connections, like these, like on a decagon, you have an alternating connection of squares, then hexagons, squares, hexagons, square, hexagon, and so on.
Okay, let's. How many decagons are there on this?
Let's see. I think there's 12 decagons.
Is that?
2 for the top and bottom. I think there is 12 because there's 5 in this. There's 5 in this circle and 5 in that circle down there.
And
Okay.
my guess is there's going to be 20 hexagons.
20 hexagons. All right. You want to try to count them?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So what does that suggest in terms of the truncation? What turns into the decagons?
Well, the pentagons turn into the decagons since there were 12 here.
Okay. And what turns into the hexagons?
The triangles.
The triangles.
What happened? What about these squares?
So where do the squares come from?
I guess they come from like the lines.
Maybe the vertices, when you chop the vertices.
So what are you chopping? Why don't we, here, can you swing around over there and we'll zoom in? What are you chopping to do the truncation?
You're chopping the vertices off.
Okay.
Like the corners.
You can see how chopping the vertices off here would make the hexagon.
You're chopping this corner off.
Uh-huh.
And then that has to become something.
All right. So what does it become?
It becomes a square.
So the corner somehow turns into a square.
So it looks like it's this little bit coming off.
So if you go back to the truncated piece, stand up with it.
Yeah.
So if each corner, get it at the level of the, put the pentagon on top. I'm not telling you, I'm not describing this well. Put it down a little bit and put the pentagon on top. There you go. Now we said each one of those vertices of the pentagons becomes a square. So how many squares should there be around the top of the truncated ones? Are there 5?
Yes.
Look at that. Okay. All right. So very good. Very good. Turned out to be a lot bigger than we expected, but that was a fun build. On to the next one.
Yeah.